everyone, and welcome to TIP Radio, Top Industry Professionals, where we showcase prestigious professionals from around the globe sharing their stories of trials and triumphs and some huge successes. And today we have none other than an amazing new member of IAOTP, a former NFL player who is a 3-time best-selling author, business coach, consultant, and now global sought-after inspirational keynote speaker who's been asked to share his very powerful story for Fortune 500 companies like Amazon, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and many, many others. After retiring from the NFL, he founded a construction company, but fast growth, and it was eventually found himself in a very, very dark space. He pulled himself together, rising to the top again with his hard work and determination, and now uses his struggles to serve as an inspiration to others. He also is the founder and CEO of Ogden Ventures, LLC, business coach and consultant, and the podcast host of Authenticity with Marques Ogden. Everybody, please welcome IAOTP's top inspirational athlete and keynote speaker of the year, Mr. Marques Ogden. It is such a pleasure to have you with us on the show.
Having me on, I appreciate it.
So tell us, your career has been amazing from NFL. It's been a roller coaster. You have been so authentic about sharing your story about, coming from greatness and going into a dark space and coming back again. And you share that with millions of people around the world. Please tell us a little bit more about that for members that don't know you at IAOTP, but also for many people out there, because it is a very difficult transition from becoming the sports star to, having to do business and getting into everyday life. Please share your story with us.
Michelle, so I'm from Washington, D.C. I went to Howard University and studied there in Washington, D.C. From there, I got drafted to the National Football League by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I was drafted by Jack Del Rio, who was a person that I knew. He was a coach for the Baltimore Ravens, which my brother played for the Ravens, and so did I as well, for this my jersey. But the Jaguars drafted me, Michelle, into the National Football League. I was 22 years old, and I learned a lot of great things. But the one thing I learned the best and most important from Jack Del Rio is, in life, be your own CEO, be your own chief executive officer. Jack always talked about, don't wait for people to tell you what to do, where to go, where to be. You be self-starting, self-inspired. And I took that with me. I had a great 6-year career. From the NFL, I struggled with what to do next. I didn't have a plan. I just lost my father not that long before that. I didn't know what to do, where to go, who to be. I finally got into construction, built a massively successful multi-8-figure-a-year construction business in site work and concrete and demolition. But unfortunately, as the company grew, I did not remain humble. I didn't remain appreciative. I didn't remain very authentic, very vulnerable. I developed a very toxic, egotistical disposition. This seeped into my employees, my organization. That, along with a bad job where I spent about $3 million over budget, it put me into a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So I moved from Baltimore to Raleigh, got here with $400 to my name. I was working a couple different jobs. I was fired from 2 jobs in the same week. And the only job I could get was a custodian working in downtown Raleigh for $8.25 an hour. And that was the job that got me to start getting my life back on track. About a month or so after I started the job, I finally hit rock bottom, where somebody's trash and rotten meat and nasty protruding garbage got all over me, my clothes, my body, everything. And that was when I said, if I don't take accountability right now, I'll be for the rest of my life. So I took accountability, started to change. I started to look into the mirror. I said, wow, you did a lot of things wrong. Let's try to fix this. And I said, let's start speaking to help others. Started speaking in September 2013. Didn't get a paid job until April 2016. Then I got coached. Then I got developed. Then I worked on my craft. I remained humble no matter how much things came our way. So in the last 8 years, we've worked for over 60 Fortune 500 companies as a speaker. We are a 3-time best-selling author. We are a podcaster, business owner, speaker, coach, consultant. You name it, we are doing it or have done it. Like I tell everybody, in order to get where I'm at or where you're at, I know your husband's a great athlete, or he was in his own right. It comes down to becoming that person that can thrive when life throws them challenges. Again, right, Michelle, not if, when life throws you challenges. So, when you become that person that can endure no matter what happens, that can thrive no matter what, you are destined for greatness. But you have to develop that becoming type of mentality. Once you do that, sky's the limit.
Well, you make it sound so simple, but being an athlete, you've always known discipline, you've always known, but dropping from that pedestal. I'm still, you as you know, my husband did play for Man United, and he's always had that, perspective of life that a lot of athletes, I come from the beauty industry, that they have this heightened career, but they don't realize that something will inevitably happen in their life that will make them humble. And you can have all the money in the world, but it's that real core of a human being that makes you who you are. Tell us a little bit more about when you do your motivational speaking and how you bring that across.
So what I do, it depends on what we're hired for. If it's a leadership talk, we'll focus a lot around my story, around how to become a better leader. But I'll really focus on mindset. We get asked to speak on that a lot, right? So I say, okay, how do you become that person? Focus, lock in, attack. Focus on what you want. Step one. If you don't know what you want, then life is just going to hand you whatever it feels that you want, which you really don't want it. So you need to focus on what you want, okay? Lock in. Once you have focused on a target, an image, it could either be a thought, it could be behaviors, it could be an image. Once you are locked in on it, then see it, and then make sure that anything that's not going to move you towards it, and it's not going to help you become getting to where you want to go, then remove it, right? Get it out of your way, get it out of your sight, and then attack. Action is the foundation of success, fulfillment, prosperity. I'm recently divorced in the last couple of years. I was living in a really, really not good environment. I had to get out. I didn't have very long. I had to find my way again, single, co-parenting, all these things. I had a rough Christmas in 2022, had a rough New Year's in 2023, but I finally got myself together because I focused, I locked, and then I attacked. I started doing what I knew I needed to do. I was able to buy the dream home that I wanted, which I'm living in right now. Business got better. Relationships around me got more fulfilling. I stopped hanging around negative, toxic people. So again, if you're listening, focus, lock, and attack. You do those things, you are on your way to having that mindset that can become and thrive through anything.
So that leads into my question about your new book. You're an author. So Sleepless Nights, The Success Cycle. Have you shared these thoughts in that book? And what do you hope to gain? And how long has this book been out for?
So we wrote The Success Cycle. It came out in 2020, and it's doing phenomenal. And Sleepless Nights was kind of our first autobiography, and I kind of tell about who we are. But in the success, like we talk about ambition, drive, and hard work. Ambition, focus on what you want, right? Drive, be inspired, over motivated. Hard work, focus on yourself and not the competition. And as a result of our book, what we speak on, what we talk on, my life, what I've endured, people love it because it's very simple to understand. And again, when you find out people are hungry for, right, Michelle, to move forward in their life, you can explain to them very simplistically. That's when the magic starts to happen for you and for people that are reading your book, listen to your podcast, listen to you speak, whoever the case or wherever the case may be.
So I'm interested to know, because you reach out to across the board from, 500, Fortune 500 companies to top leaders who already probably all feel they have the success that they need. But then you reach out to those who are aspiring to where you're at right now. How do you combine the two?
So what you do is when you reach out to people who you feel have a success, right? I always tell them, I thought the same thing. I thought I was at multi-eight figures, $20 million a year in climbing. I thought I had it all figured out, and I didn't, right? I lost everything. I went from $20 million a year, right, in 2012, the beginning, to 2013, bankrupt, broke, no money, almost homeless. So it can change that fast. So leaders love hearing that because they're like, wow, you were up here doing what I'm doing, where I am, whatever, and then it went crash and burn. So I need to listen to you. People that haven't been where I'm at, they want to follow what I'm doing or what we're doing or where we're trying to go, so we can mentor, guide, and lead them because they understand where they are. They're trying to get to where we are. It takes discipline. Great quote by Abraham Lincoln. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. If you know where you are, you know where you want to get to, where you want to be, discipline is going to move the needle. It's not about what you want, not about what you're willing to do. It's about what have you done? And if you've done it consistently, and if you've done it in a way that you know it represents you, where you're at, but more importantly, right, Michelle, where you want to be.
So I wish I could get you sitting down with my son, 25 years old. He's just got into the engineering industry, worked with Tesla, SpaceX, is doing great. And it seems like our youth today, I'm not saying specifically my son, I'm saying a lot of youth think by gaining wealth, material wealth, they will be happier. If I get that next yacht, if I get that big boat, what would you say to our new generation?
I would say that it's absolutely buckus, because money, items, that will do absolutely nothing for you. It won't make you happy. It won't make you fulfilled. It won't make you someone that is living a great life, right? If you're not aligned with your internal values and doing them externally, where your actions match who you say you are, your character, your integrity, you can have all the money in the world. Won't matter. Won't matter, because money can't buy you happiness. It can't buy you fulfillment. It can't buy you peace. None of that stuff, right? None of it. And so now it's funny. I am fulfilled in who I am, and I love what I am, and I do very well financially. But at the same time, I remember doing construction, trying to have all those things, the cars, the this, the that, the travel, all this stuff. And you know what, Michelle? I was chasing stuff that didn't even matter. And because of that, I was very shallow. I was I had no depth. And as a result of that, and again, it all caught up with me, and poof, everything was gone in a matter of 90 days.
That's a huge contribution to society that you can share that story. Tell us, what have been your most inspirational moments sharing your story and your contributions to, you do a lot of philanthropy work as well.
Correct. And what really, really makes me happy, Michelle, is when speaking people in the audience say, wow, Marcus, thank you. I needed to hear your story so I could start sharing my own. Or coaching clients, Marcus, thank you for allowing me to hear your story, your strategy, so I can move forward in my business. Marcus, thank you for just sharing who you are, that you've had struggles, that you went through a divorce. It was challenging. It was hard. You know, you had these dark thoughts, It's all about people telling us, me, our brand, whatever you want to call it, that our story, our words have impacted and inspired them to move forward in their own lives.
So now coming up with the awards, the IAOTP Gala Dinner in Nashville, and you're going to be awarded the International Athlete of the Year.
Yes.
Yes. What would you say, achieving that award, you're going to be on the billboard. What would you say in 5 years' time that you would like to achieve, having come this far?
I would love to create a community to continue to help people that can't afford to hire me to speak or coaching or consulting. We're building that now. And also just want to help as many people as possible with everyday challenges around becoming that individual, the mindset, how to move through life, and also, Michelle, how to pivot. Because life is not straight line. It's not. I mean, I was a business owner that went bankrupt. Then I was at Merrill Lynch, and I got fired. I was at a construction company. I got fired. Then I went to become a custodian. And then I pivoted. I started speaking. That was slow. I started doing football coaching. I mean, I could go on and on. Everybody in life pivots. But the ones who can anticipate, prepare, and execute based off understanding what needs to happen in their life, those are the winners. So I want to help as many people as possible understand that pivoting is just an everyday aspect of life.
That's so true. And pivoting means not looking in the rear view mirror, like, oh, I used to be a star, or I used to do this, or it's what we can do going forward.
Because again, and that's I didn't want to be, right, Michelle, when I had the rock bottom moment. I didn't want to be somebody saying, wow, I'm here on the curb talking about what I used to be. I was an NFL athlete. I was a 8-figure construction company owner. That stuff was gone. It wasn't coming back. Even though it was only like a year removed, it's still gone. So what can I do now? Where can I go? That's what it's all about. Where can you move to? Not about where you have been. Because where you have been, you can't get that back. You can't get back time. So the now and where you want to go, that's what matters most. Where you've been, it's nice to say I was there, but it doesn't make who you are now. I can tell everybody, I'm a national, international keynote speaker, business coach, corporate consultant, podcaster, brand ambassador, business owner that used to be an NFL athlete.
I love your inspirational story, and I know our members are going to absolutely love meeting you in Nashville. I'm so sorry I'm not going to be there, but thank you for your time today, Marcus. It has been really tremendous, and we look forward to chatting to you again, and I'm sure we will.
I'm sure we will. Well, thank you for your time. It's been phenomenal. And again, you and your husband have the right mindset. And again, like you said, beauty, him athletes, me athletes. We can teach people. You don't have to be an athlete to develop that become type of mindset, but you do have to put the work in, right? It's not going to come easy. Like I said, I go to the gym. I mean, I go to the gym 5 days a week, right? It's not easy, but that's the discipline I have created for myself. If you want something great, right? Discipline is going to get you there. And last thing I'll say, the comfort zone is where dreams go to die. Regina King phenomenal actress, director. Don't live in your bubble. You want to be great, step outside of it, because on the other side of that bubble is greatness waiting for you. But if you never step to it, you can never achieve it.
I love that. Beautiful words. So how can people get hold of you, Marques?
They can go to our website, www.marques, M-A-R-Q-U-E-S, Ogden, O-G-D-E-N.com. You can go on, if you have your phone, we have an app. If you have an Apple or a Google or Android, whatever, go to your app store, type in Marques Ogden, it'll pop right up. It's free. You can follow our podcast. You can go to our website. You can get free exclusive content. You can connect with us there or just shoot me an email, marques@marquesogden.com.
We love you. Thank you so much and look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much.
See you soon.